Hello students, how are you? Students, yesterday I explained fifth part of the lesson. Now today I am going to explain sixth part of it. Now listen. Now a girl of about 15 opened the door to me. I asked her if her mother was at home. Students, the author's first visit after the war was over to Mrs. Darling's house proved useless. Because during her first visit, Mrs. Darling even refused to talk to her. That is why she decided to visit Mrs. Darling's house second time. And when she reached Mrs. Darling's house second time and knocked the door, then a girl of about 15 years of age opened the door, and she was Mrs. Darling's daughter. When she opened the door, the author asked her if her mother was present at home. No, she said, my mother's doing an errand. At this, that girl, Mrs. Darling's daughter, replied that her mother was not present at home that time because she went to do some work. No matter, I said, I will wait for her. At this, the author replied that it did not matter, she would wait for her. I followed the girl along the passage. After that, the author entered Mrs. Darling's house and started moving inside the house along with the girl. And she followed the girl along the passage. An old-fashioned iron Hanukkah candle holder hung next to a mirror. And she saw there that an old-fashioned Hanukkah candle holder was hung next to a mirror. We never used it because it was much more cumbersome than a single candlestick. And that Hanukkah, that candle holder belonged to the author. After looking at that Hanukkah candle holder, the author started remembering about it, that she never used that candle holder because it was unmanageable, and it was easier to use to lit one candlestick than to lit the candlestick in the candle holder. That is why the author never used that Hanukkah. Would not you sit down? Asked the girl. She held open the door of the living room and I went inside past her. And while the author was looking at Hanukkah, then Mrs. Darling's daughter asked her if she would not sit. After that, she opened the door of the living room. After saying that, that girl, Mrs. Darling's daughter, opened the door of the living room, and then the author went inside the living room by following Mrs. Darling's daughter. I stopped horrified. I was in a room I knew and I did not know. After entering the living room, the author was horrified, was puzzled, dumbstruck, because he was in a room he knew and did not know. He was in a room he did not know. Means in that living room, the author's mother's belongings were kept. That is why, because of her mother's belonging, that room became familiar to her, in which he never entered. That is why the author is saying that she was in a room she knew and she did not know. She entered that room first time, but because of her mother's belongings, because her mother's belongings were kept there, that is why that room became familiar to her. I found myself in the midst of the things I did want to see again, but which oppressed me in the strange atmosphere. The author is further saying that she was amidst of her mother's belongings, amidst of the things which she wanted to see again. She was amidst her mother's belongings, her mother's things, which she wanted to see again. But those things were oppressing her in the strangest atmosphere, and or because of the tasteless way everything was arranged, because of the ugly furniture or the muggy smell that hung there. I did not know, but I scarcely dared to look around me. The author is saying that her mother's belongings, her mother's things were oppressing her, but she did not know why those belongings were oppressing her. She is further saying those belongings were oppressing her because those belongings might be oppressing her because of being kept in a disordered way, or because of the stale smell, muggy smell of the house, or because of the ugly furniture which was in the house, in that room. The author was not sure which things, because of which things her mother's belongings were oppressing her. She is saying they might be oppressing her because of not being kept in their proper places, or because of the stale smell which was being produced in the room, or because of the ugly furniture which was kept in that room. Writer was not sure. But she scarcely dared to look around her. But she scarcely dared to look around her. The girl moved the chair. I sat down and stared at the wooden tablecloth. After that, Mrs. Dawling's daughter gave her chair to sit down. And after sitting down, the author started looking at the woolen tablecloth which was spread on the table just in front of her chair. I rubbed it. After looking at the woolen tablecloth, the writer rubbed it. My fingers grew warm from rubbing. Then her fingers grew warm from rubbing the woolen tablecloth. I followed the lines of the pattern, and after that she was following the line of patterns in order to recognize, in order to make herself sure if that tablecloth was also belonged to her. Somewhere on the edge there should be a burn mark that had never been repaired. And after that, the author was trying to search the burn mark on the tablecloth, which was not repaired. The author wanted to see the burn mark on the tablecloth because of making herself sure that that tablecloth belonged to her. Now students, I think you will have understood the meaning of this part of the lesson. Now I request you to read and write explanation, and tomorrow I will explain sixth part of it. Thank you and have a nice day.